Hello, beautiful people. I hope you are all having a wonderful day. Today we are going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Castle Pines, Colorado. But hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you are interested in maybe learning a little bit more about Denver, some of the surrounding suburbs like Castle Pines, then make sure and hit that subscribe button down below, hit the bell icon for notifications. This way you can be notified anytime I come out with a video, and you can be the first to know about the current market in Denver and just anything going on. You can learn a little bit more about some of the areas and maybe just educate yourself, and just so you can make a better decision for what you need. If you don't already know, my name is Michael, and I get people reaching out all the time, whether they're moving, coming here to rent for a little while, getting transferred with their job, just needing a little bit of help getting here and making that transition a little bit smoother. So if you're one of those people, and whether it's a month, 2 months, a year, whatever it may be, my contact information is below. Shoot me a call, give me a text, write me an email, whatever's best for you. Love to help you in whatever way I can make that transition as smooth as possible. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So if you don't already know, Castle Pines is just a little bit south of Denver, just kind of south of Lone Tree, Colorado, if you're familiar with the area. And tiny little city. It's relatively newer, and it's just a nice little town, but it's a short drive outside of Denver. So with that being said, let's just get right into the pros. All right, the first one, and probably the most obvious, is just the scenic beauty of the place. It's you're driving into it, and it's kind of like this own little mountain town kind of off to the side. It's a nice little community, very well taken care of. Definitely one of the more affluent communities in the Denver area, but really nice taken care of. Lots of nice trees, and you're kind of right off the mountain, so you're not too far. It's just a really nice looking town. Everything's very aesthetic looking, and yeah, it's just beautiful area, so you can't go wrong with something like that. The second thing is there's a lot of outdoor activities available to you. There's lots of trails, hiking. You're not too far from the mountains, so if you need to take a short drive, go find a trail, or you're going skiing and whatnot, you're not too far from it. So you have a lot of options available in town, and then also you're not too far from some of those mountain activities that a lot of people that move to Colorado enjoy. So that's just, I'd say that's one of the things that most people look for when they come to Colorado, is just, can they get outside and do stuff? And Castle Pines definitely has plenty of that, so you're not going to be shortchanged anywhere around there. And another thing, if you're into golf, they have the Castle Pines Golf Club, which is a very nice course. It's just something, that just adds to the community. Again, it's a very affluent area, so if you're into golf, maybe Castle Pines might be a place for you, because you have a golf course right there, not too far from you, and you can kind of golf as much as you want. Another nice thing about Castle Pines is, you're outside of the city a little bit, so you're not going to get a lot of that heavy air pollution, noise pollution that you're going to get kind of downtown Denver. And you're a little bit closer to the mountains, so you're going to have all that fresh air coming in too. So overall, it's just kind of like a crisper feel to the area, and just really just a nice atmosphere to be in. It's very calming, not very noisy. You don't have a whole lot of construction going on. It's just nice it's a very relaxing area. The last thing I'd say for the area is, it's a relatively newer area, so they do have plenty of restaurants and shopping there, but it's also growing pretty rapidly. People are, putting in new shops and all that stuff. So not only do they already have a good amount of food there, I wouldn't say they have a massive selection of stuff, but I'd say that, you have pretty much what you need there, and it's only growing. People are constantly putting in new stores and new shops. So I'd say that's one of the pros of the area. You're not lacking in something like that. Now let's get into the negatives. Now the first negative that I'm sure you've already kind of come up with is that Castle Pines is expensive. It's one of the more affluent areas, so it's going to be a little bit pricier. Median single family home over there is about $950,000, so definitely on the higher side of things when you think about some of the other areas in Denver. Again, I guess if you come from California or maybe New York, maybe 950 is like, oh, that's nothing. But for most Coloradans, that's it's quite a price tag, especially if you can move a few other places that are very similar in feel, $250,000 less. So just something to consider. It's definitely a nice community. The homes are very nice and they're very well built, but comes with a nice price tag of about $950,000, just shy of $1 million. So to add on to that, I mean, if you're looking for affordable housing in Castle Pines, probably not going to have an easy time doing so. You might find things in the 600s, but even then you're probably not going to get something that has, you know, really well updated. It's probably going to be on the bottom end of things out there. So if you're just kind of moving there and you're just starting out, maybe Castle Pines might not be the right area for you, especially if you're on a tight budget, maybe you have some student loans to pay off. Maybe Castle Pines isn't in the cards right now for you, but down the line, keep it in mind. The next thing to consider is commuting. If you are commuting to downtown Denver, you're gonna not have the easiest time just because of where Castle Pines is situated. And you know, there's a couple roads that kind of go up through to Highlands Ranch, but those are usually single lane all the way up, so you're gonna hit a lot of traffic in the morning. And if you're going out to I-25, it's probably gonna take you about 10 minutes just to get to I-25 alone. And then you have to go up north, you know, 20 minutes. So depending on the congestion in the morning, you might run into a little bit of traffic. It's not the easiest place to commute. Again, I'd say it's probably very similar to driving down to Castle Rock if you're familiar with the area. But you know, it's one of the things that I'd say is one of the setbacks of the area is just kind of where the community is built at compared to where all the shopping and stuff is. Because you get in, you have all the shopping, and then you kind of have all the community. But for the most part, you're gonna travel a little bit more than some of the other places as you get into Denver. But nonetheless, nice area. And lastly, like I say in a lot of my pros and cons videos, there's not a whole lot of nightlife going on in Castle Pines. You probably could have assumed that. It's just a more relaxed, kind of chill community, I'd say. People aren't going out doing too many crazy things at night. And I guess if you are trying to do something, you could go all the way up into Denver. But again, it's a little bit hard to get into Denver. At night, it might be a little bit easier, but you know, for the most part, you're probably not gonna be doing too much in Castle Pines. Now, obviously there's, you know, games that you might go to once a week, once a month, but you know, that I wouldn't say that's too bad to get to, but doing something locally might be a little bit more difficult to find something other than community events, but usually that's not too exciting. But usually that's not too high energy, which some people aren't necessarily looking for. So if that's something you're looking for, maybe Castle Pines might not be right for you. So plenty of things to consider when thinking about Castle Pines. I'd say it's probably for somebody who's looking for a little bit less moving around. Maybe you're not going to the city as much, might be retired. It's a nice place to kind of chill out, maybe golf a little bit, go to some restaurants, eat some food. But if you're looking to do something every night, maybe it's not for you. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope maybe you got a little insight as to what Castle Pines can offer and what it doesn't have to offer. That way you can, you know, make a decision for yourself if it's right for you. And again, if you are planning on moving out here or just one of the surrounding areas and you know, you're not really sure where to start, give me a call. My contact information is below. You can shoot me a call, text, whatever's easiest. I'd be happy to help you make whatever transition you plan on doing as smooth as possible. But with that being said, I hope you have a great day and thanks for watching. See you next time.